Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. I am so excited to have my brother Courtney Jacobs in the studio with me, and quite a few others will be joining throughout today's broadcast for the Redemption of the Black Man series. You all usually get pretty seated quickly on this series and you get excited and start typing. So feel free to go ahead and do that today as well. Courtney, you can share it right from my Facebook page to your friends as well.
Yes.
We're going to have a good time, everybody. So let's go ahead and get started. Grab your virtual seats. Make sure you share with a friend, tag a friend, let people know that the Kim Jacobs Show is on the air. And today we're talking about redemption of the Black man. So I'm excited about today's topic, and we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Let me give you all a few seconds to share it with everyone while I play some music.
Awesome. Share now. Okay.
All right, everybody. Yes, it is the Kim Jacobs Show. And I have right now with me Courtney Jacobs, which is one of the men on the panel for Redemption of the Black Man. This is part 4. We're going to go talking into some more solutions. Courtney, tell us about your company. And because I really like to know and introduce to people who I'm bringing on and what you offer to the world. So talk to us a little bit about what you do.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me on the show. It's a wonderful show. You're connecting so many people, and you're bringing to light a lot of great topics and just life. You know, when you talk about balance, and people have so many things that they have going on, their work, their family, and you're doing a good job of tying all that together. Even in a pandemic, you're still providing a platform that's allowing people to connect and still grow. To me, that's kind of amazing. Whenever the norm is everybody's kind of closing themselves in, and they're not socializing, and they're not doing these types of things. So that's exciting to be able to partner with you on that. I'm the founder and CEO of Courtney Wellness Companion, and it's my passion, it's my inspiration, it's really my life. And I've been doing some interviews lately, just sharing information about it. But really, it's a desire to just want to help people to be well. Obviously, this pandemic has gotten a lot of people's attention in that area in terms of health and wellness, because we're basically seeing, I've been seeing this for a long time, but we're seeing that your health is directly related to your life.
That's right.
And then, of course, if you're living, who wants to be living and not be able to walk with their kids or their grandkids? Like, who really wants to be that person that gets winded whenever they take 3 steps on those stairs? Who wants to be the person who reaches down to tie their shoe and they're out of breath? Nobody wants that.
Nobody.
And these are things that I've heard different people say to me, clients and others, that they, some challenges that they've had. And it's not all just about losing weight, but it's about, having just a positive mindset and a positive outlook. So at Courtney, we're basically championing wellness in a holistic way. We come right alongside you as a companion. And what we know is that people who have a walking partner, they typically walk more. It's really just that simple. When you have somebody that comes alongside you, you're usually more motivated to do it. I had a client. I bought some cars from a client, a car dealership in Western Pennsylvania. I'll give him a shout out. His company is Preston, and they sell all kind of vehicles. But I was training the owner's son, the owner, his mom, his sister, his brother. I was doing some personal training with this family, and we purchased cars from them. And he told me one day, we're meeting in the gym twice a week. And he says, Courtney, you know what? I don't pay you because you're teaching me anything.
Right.
He was
right.
like, everything that you're telling me to do, I already know to do it. He said, I pay you because I know at 6 a.m. on Wednesday, you're going to be in this gym. And he said, so I'm accountable to you. And that was 10 years ago. So whenever he said that actually stuck with me. And it was like, wow, many people, they just need support. They just need inspiration. They just need accountability. They want to be healthy, but so many things get in their way, and they just need that reminder that hello, if my health is bad, all those other things that I'm juggling, they're going to all fall. My
Mm-hmm.
kids, my job, my business, blah, 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 blah. Any of those things that you're juggling, if your health is not good, it's going to all fall anyway. So that's kind of one of those things where, you kind of have to be mindful of that. So that's really what we're doing is we're just coming alongside people and partnering with them, and we're using some technology to help us with that. And it's just a fun journey, to come alongside you and learn about you and share some things, some different techniques and some new things. We're collaborating with a lot of people. We have two trainers that are in Nairobi, Africa. One does Zumba and one does yoga, and they're doing some very unique types of exercise. We have another trainer that's in Chile, and she does boot camps. So we're
Oh, wow.
integrating with a lot of different people, a lot of different styles, and because what we know is that people naturally get bored, or they get tired, or they
Right,
they
right.
need something that's different, something that's new. We have a fantastic chef who's going to be doing some keto cooking, and these are going to all be provided live, just like we're doing right now. And then, of course, the companion is literally comes alongside you and supports you like on a daily basis, checks in, throw up a picture of a healthy meal that you're eating. How many steps are you taking? What was
I
your
love
goal?
it.
So it's just a lot of accountability and support.
Good.
So it's exciting. It's building right now. We have our website under development, and then we're gonna have an app, and we're gonna, we've already had a chance to do a pilot, and we've had some great results from the pilot. And
Mhm.
yeah, we're just excited to keep it moving. So
This is
yeah,
excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much.
yeah,
Both of my brothers here today on the Kim Jacobs Show. My brother Javon Jackson, who spearheads the redemption of
Thank
the
you for
Black
having us, Jeff.
man. Huh?
I said thank you for having us again.
Thank you for
Welcome.
being here. And
Yes.
thank you, Courtney, my other brother from a different mother, but my brother nonetheless. So I'm happy to have both of you here. And right now we're talking just about how important it is for Black men to have health and wellness, and not just Black men, but overall the community. And so I know, Jay, you've spearheaded this whole project, but what's your take on health, on healthiness, and how important that is from a Black male perspective?
Well, just catching the tail end of what Courtney was saying is very important. It's actually number one. We like to talk about finances and we like to talk about wealth building, but without health and mental health, as I like to address, um, we won't move forward. The wealth means it means nothing. So, with that being said, we have to be tuned in to our health, exercising daily. We have to be able to make sure that our loved ones are exercising and getting that proper eating and nutrition in, vitamins and minerals as well. So, these things are some of the basic things that everybody can take on in their households and start making a difference. Like,
Mhm.
especially since this pandemic, I've seen like countless amount of Black people out now at the tracks, walking,
Yes,
kids riding bikes and
I
stuff
have
like
too.
that, which
Mhm.
is a great response to what's going on to make sure that we do keep, to get mental health and healthiness going and progressing. So
That's
I think
good.
it's key. I think it's absolutely like priority for us to do that.
Do you think that African American families, from a Black male perspective, have become closer during the pandemic, or do you feel like there's been more distance? Well, I guess it's each individual case, probably, but just let's speak about that a little bit too.
Well, I'll take that on. Actually, I would say it's been a 50-50 situation because
Mhm.
a lot of families, like I say, are doing community events. They're doing the board games at home, whatever activities they have to do to keep everybody upbeat and everybody on point. So
Right.
that's one thing that you see. And then on the flip side, you keep hearing a lot of couples or people that's not sustaining during the pandemic, which is
Mhm.
sad. So I like to say that I see more of the positivity of families getting together, like I said, in the parks and uh, online Zoom meetings and families coming together. It's almost like a family reunion every month on a Zoom meeting with a lot of the families out here. So in that aspect, I think that it is bringing a lot of us closer during this pandemic, and we realizing what's important.
That's real good. Courtney, your take on it?
yeah, I would definitely say I agree with that as well. I think the Black families are coming together. In fact, I noticed something within our culture over the last several years. And what that was is I didn't understand. It seemed like we were no longer champion as a people.
Right.
And this isn't everybody, but I noticed a trend that Black people were not championing our own brand. And I kind of saw it in my own household. I saw my daughter and I saw some of my nephews looking at other cultures as the culture in, I won't say the perfect culture, but I was seeing them championing other cultures and not our own. And not only that, I was also noticing that some of the Black men were not as engaged with the Black women, or it seemed like they were going to other races. And to me, that challenged me because I just didn't understand that. And I'm not a racist. I believe, you love who you love and you're going to go after who you're going to go after. But I just noticed that personally. And just to be very, very personal, I would walk down the street many, many times with my wife, who's Black, and my daughters, who were Black. And I would notice another Black man walking with maybe a white woman or a woman of another race. And I would notice him put his head down whenever he walked past me. And to me, I that stood out. And I noticed that frequently. Or he would be walking ahead and his woman would be several paces behind with the kids, or vice versa. And to me, that made me think and really say, well, why is he not confident? And some people would say, well, some people just don't want to look you in the eye. But to me, it was more to it than that. So with this whole pandemic, I think I have seen the Black man lean on the Black woman and vice versa, the Black woman lean on a Black man, so.
That's good. Very good insight and input. Just so y'all know, Courtney's over there working with his toddler. She is managing things. He's trying to do a professional. He's trying to.
She had to go to the bathroom. Like nothing up to this point. Nothing up to this point. And like this outfit happens to be one of those ones where you got to come out of the whole outfit to go to the bathroom. So
right on the shelf.
Right on.
So being that I'm the balance doctor, I know maybe nobody else would catch that, but as the balance doctor, I was like, he is over there being daddy right now, and he is trying his best to be professional. But Issa, his daughter, is over there like, can you give me my clothes, please?
She's like cold. She's like, I'm cold.
And like, okay, so Courtney, I'm going to remove you from the screen for 1 second. Okay. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to come back on. That's what balance is all about.
Daddy duty.
Being a dad, there's balance as well. Usually I have a lot of women come on and talk about balance, but also there are men that come on and talk about how they're balancing life. Javon, let's talk about how you're balancing life. You're a father of multiple kids too. Tell us about what you do to balance your life.
Actually, I'm privileged to have all 4 of my kids right now as a single father at home. So that's great. And they're all together. They're happy. And speaking on the multicultural aspect of things, that's very key because I'm a person that have a set of kids that my daughters are Black and my sons are Hispanic and Black. Okay, Hispanic, Native, and Black, if you want to be precise. So with that being said, then it is interesting to me that a lot of men.
I don't want to interrupt, but if I laugh right in the middle of you speaking about that, which is really not a good time to laugh. Shannon, don't do that to me in the back office because then it looks like I'm laughing at what my brother is saying, right? But what Shannon says,
go ahead.
You hear that, ladies? Javon is single, which is crazy.
New day, new changes coming about. All right, y'all cut that out, ladies. Cut that out. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. But however, like I was saying, I have my son's mother that's Hispanic and Native as well. So I noticed that at a lot of times that a lot of men are ashamed. And, I've been, and she's from California, so I had to go and stand beside her in California. I had to go and stand with her here in North Carolina. And just speaking on, referring back to what Courtney was saying, that it's accurate, because like I'm looking at these other guys, like, are you ashamed to be in your relationship? Are you ashamed of your mate? In which, that wasn't the case for me. I always made it. I'm confident in where I am. So
Right.
if it's my choice, then that's where I choose to be. As well as, I also, we know that I had a Black wife as well. So, as far as who you love, but with that being said, then it all boils back down to the family aspect. And at the end of the day, that's the most important part of everything. Like Courtney did right now, he's taking care of his priority. It doesn't matter about the show. Priority first, which is family, and he's still double duty and been doing his dad duty as well as handling his job professionally. So with that being said, that's what it's all about. And that's where I'm at in my life. I'm balancing my kids, bringing everybody in my clan together, making sure we all happy and healthy. So that's it.
That's real good, Jay. I'm really glad that you talked about that, because right now, like, children are being homeschooled. Welcome, Tyrone, TC Carter over there. Right now, the question that we just posed on the table was that, Courtney was right in the middle of the show, and his daughter happened to be, let me make sure I unmute you. His daughter happened to be needing help, and he's the father there. Mom is not home right now. So he had to start, he was trying to look down and be professional and be on the show answering a question. But at the end of the day, as men, Black men, you guys are also balancing your families. So Javon just talked about how he balances his family, and his family being from two different nationalities of mothers. And Courtney was talking about his wife being an African-American woman. So how do you balance your life, Tyrone, TC, Carter, NFL, all of this stuff that you've done? How are you balancing your life with your family?
Oh man, I'm glad we got this question, because I'm sitting here with my mama. It's snowing up here, so I had to do some shoveling. And
hi, Mom. How are you?
Right now. You hear Georgie? Now, Georgie is big in the community as well. But I'm glad we talk about fathers in their child life. Now, I have 5 kids, and I got 4 baby mamas. And no, 3 baby mamas. See, I added one. I got 3 baby mamas.
Okay, y'all. I'm trying my best. Shannon gonna type something. I'm gonna tell you. She's gonna be like, okay, he wants some more baby mamas. That's what she's gonna type.
I got all I can at TC Elite, so I'm good. I don't need to make no more. But back on the story is having those different households with my kids. I focus myself on making sure my kids know their daddy is there for them and what their daddy expectation for them. No matter if they're in a different house, I got rules for my kids, and we all spend time together. All of them come to me. I play sports. I was professional for 11 years. So I get my kids on breaks. I get my kids on their birthdays, holidays. So we all stay together in summer. And now that I'm retired, I got my last 2. That's my daughter is 14 and my son is 11. Now my son is just like me all over again. I can really understand when my grandma say, wait till you have kids, boy. They gonna give you the same thing you giving me.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep on giving me all this hell, your son gonna do the same thing. So I'm getting that. But the key thing is this: as a father, it's good to raise my boys, because I want to teach my boys they kings. So the hard part is when I got my daughter. Now, I don't know if I told y'all before, but I think I did when I got on this show before. A man would never know a beauty of a woman till he take parts of raising one. And having that daughter has changed me as a man, that I have to be here for my daughter every day. She got to know I'm going to protect her. I'm going to support her. And I'm here. And if I have to wash my daughter's hair, braid my daughter's hair, put it in ponytail, because I got dreads. I always had dreads, so I know how to braid and I know how to do ponytails. But all that other stuff, I can't. But the one I really understood is once my daughter started going through puberty. And that was tough for me. I didn't want my daughter to be in school when that happened. I want her to be home. Thank God he allowed me to have a home when that happened, and we could teach her through that stage. So once that happened, I really got tight then. Hey man, I live my life for her, and I want to make sure she understand when she growing up and people around her know that she got a father there that gonna protect her if they get out of line.
Well,
And
you
also
say
push her for education too.
let me say this right quick, TC. You did some funny stuff over there about the way you yanked that ponytail up with your your NFL hands. Her hair gonna be like, it's just gonna be all her edges will be
A
yanked up tight.
Hey, I be putting ponytails in mine, so I get it just like that and put the ponytail. Long as we got the band.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. And you know what I hear from you all as African American men is how important it is to protect your daughters, protect your girls, and protect your sons. I hear that every time I talk with you gentlemen. And so my thing is, some of the decisions that we make in life, regardless of whatever they may be, when you start having children, you realize, oh, some things that I'm doing or I've done that I'm not proud of, but now I'm in charge of creating and molding this new life, and I want them to do better. What's your take on that as an African American man, and what are your views on that? How are you helping your own children do better than what you may have done? And Jay, I'm putting you back in as well. Let me put you back in. Jay, the question, just so you know, that was just asked is, as African American men, now raising your own children, how important it is to do the right thing and be right and do all of this stuff. What do you do now to encourage your children differently than maybe how you may have made some decisions in the past? Is that a
Okay,
comment?
well, for me, that's a double fold question because I mean, if you know Jay came from a rough environment, so they was out in the streets. They did a lot of things at the street, so that a lot of people may not have done. So being coming from Newport News, Virginia, as they call it bad news, Virginia. Like I like to tell the story. I didn't know that how crazy we were in a sense until I went to the University of Minnesota and I got around all these guys like TC and all my Ohio friends, my Dallas friends, and people from all these different places. And I just realized that, like, hold on, y'all didn't do these things that I did growing up. So I'm like one of the wildest guys on the team, Mm-hmm. And that's what made me understand, like, hold on, that's when I'm going back and having to change my perspective and trying to change my friends' perspective back at home. Like, bro, we some real wild dudes. Like, we got to change these things. So from that perspective, like, by no means, it's like night and day as far as my kids go. It's like they don't even have no street sense almost, They can fight, but you know what I mean? They'll protect themselves if something happens to them, but yeah. But,
you gotta take the earring off. It's time to go in.
They're so protected, they're so protected. And then the way the world is today with technology, that coupled with that. So, it's just like they really not out there like that. They scared to go ride the bike past dark, so, or be outside for a couple of hours. So
that's true. My children are the same way. I'm thinking, wow, they are very sheltered compared to what I grew up in, the environment I grew up in. We were, you and I, we were home. I cooked for you and did what I needed to do. Me and you went out. If somebody tried to come up in the house and do something, we both dove on them, beat them with a broom. It's like, you gonna get them.
Yeah, we know what to do.
It was intense growing up in the projects. A very different environment than what our children grew up. So who wants to speak next? Mute your phone, Jay. And make sure you guys are also sharing this from my Facebook page to all of your friends and family. So if you go to my Facebook page, you can just share it right over to your followers. And anyone else that's joining, just so everybody that's joining right now can actually know what we're talking about. We're talking with Redemption of the Black Man, spearheaded by Javon Jackson, my brother. And he brings on a panel of African-American men to talk about real life issues, all different types of things. And so today we're just talking about some random topics that they live this thing out as African-American men. So make sure you guys tag a friend and invite them to the studio audience. If you want to come into the show, I put the link right here. I already put the link in here. So all you have to do is click on that link and I'll bring you right in. You can ask a question directly to the panel during our flash round. And I see a lot of comments coming in. We'll go to those next. Go ahead. Who wants to speak, Tyrone? Go ahead, Tyrone.
Yeah, I can start off with that one. Well, Jay, hey man, you know how we was wild. And what I learned is life ain't nothing but a living, learning experience. We keep living, we keep learning. So when we have our kids, it's our duty to teach our kids about the mistakes we made, that they don't make those same mistakes. And as a father now, as an African-American man, it's very important for us to sow that seed into our kids to let them know they're kings and queens, and our expectation of them is going to be higher. I did that mistake, but you don't have to. And that's what our kids need to see more. I don't get caught in this system, and I don't care what they say. These my kids, and I want to let my kids know they can't be confined by this system. That means I want you to, only thing they control in this world is giving their best effort. And whatever your best effort is, you can hold your head up and keep working. In my days, I didn't have my father, so I learned from my grandmother. And now that I have kids, I know now, watching this world, if we're not sowing into our kids, we're missing the point. Because in America, it's two things that they say to me that we're missing. We're not taking care of our kids coming in, and we're not taking care of our elders going out. So that in between, what's happening? We in chaotic. Well, we have to change that. How do we do it? Well, we having kids. We got to make sure we sowing into our kids, not being confined on what this system says as an African-American. As an African-American in this world, this country, we only 12.5% is African-American. I'm in the state of Minnesota where it's 6%. Well, my kids got to grow up in that. They're part of that 6. Well, if you look at it, it's a systematic racism that keeps us bounded, that we can't get up. Well, I have to tell my kids that they're not that. They're more than that. We can do that. You just push yourself. Don't let nobody tell you something is wrong. We keep practicing. We keep working on it. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get. The thing that these kids are lacking is the resources. The resources. Well, everybody talk about education and family, right? But when you talk about an African-American family, they want the male out the home. That's why they can say we in prison. So they can control our queens and teach them. If they controlling our queens, the male is out the home. Who is controlling them? The system is. So it's a reason why they can say that our kids not getting a fair shake. The education level is done. They don't got no men in the home to teach these kids what's right and wrong. Especially when the mother says something, it's a little different for a man. You understand? So I want to teach my kids, hey, I don't care what these systems out here telling you. Whatever you want in your life, you can do it. You can see it if you really want to. If you see it, believe it, and work for it daily. Only person can stop you is you. So now that we see this world going on right now, it's very important for us as an African-American race to really give our kids the true history of our backbone and stop letting them fall to the system that's telling them, oh, you supposed to do this. Oh, no, they could do that. But when they get our kids, they destroying our kids. So
absolutely,
I learned from my mistakes, and I put it in my kids. Is no excuses, no explanations with me.
Okay. Somebody asked me, what was I doing? Lady Justine Hillier said, what are you doing, Lady Kim? I'm over here seeing my brother win in the staring contest because he was frozen. So I'm like, is he just staring at like this?
No, I'm here.
Because he was frozen, lady.
We had a little technical difficulties. I hope it froze on a good picture. I'm looking crazy.
Hey, now you know what that is. When TC go to talk, he gonna freeze everybody up.
Shut him down, TC.
I was trying to figure out how to remove him from the studio and bring him back in. That's what I was doing, Lady Justine Hillier. That's hilarious. But, funny.
Kim, but let me speak to what TC was saying real quick, though. Just a real quick point to that, though. Like, we had a critical point in the community because either we let our kids become victims to this system and the numbers decrease, or we keep feeding our kids and giving them, hope, not just hope, but actual practicality that they can accomplish, and they'll see the numbers increase in the future. From where it's 6% now and 15%, we can't do anything about that, but recreate, procreate, as well as when we do, be responsible and teach our kids as it's a goal in life.
Mm-hmm.
You have a goal, you have a purpose out here. And with that being said, you have to fulfill that. God will provide you all the necessities that you need in life. Go fulfill your role. And that's what my daughter right now, she's 17 years old. Shout outs to Sania. And I'm gonna give a shout out to all my kids, Jazara, Josiah, Jatai. But with Sania, she's 17. She's approaching transition from going from high school to college right now. She has a business as well. You know, one thing that a lot of fathers wouldn't put on the table that I put on the table for her, because I've been through the college process.
Right.
I got my whole complete college paid for, and I still owe college loans 20 and 30 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From the stipend loans and all that, just trying to survive, which they didn't have a lot of things for us when we played football like they have today. So, you know, one thing I offered to her, and I was sincere earlier this year, at the start of this year, I told her, I said, if you want to bypass college and go into entrepreneurship, then I will support that. I will put money into investing in whatever classes or whatever licenses and everything that she needs. But I put that on the table for my daughter as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she wanted to go to college anyway, you know, and then to get that experience, as well as she was offered to go to college earlier in 10th grade, which I wish she would have did now with the pandemic here. But she wanted to experience her high school, the prom, and all that stuff, sports and all that. So I understood her decision. But my point being, it's just like we have to not handicap our kids. Stop sheltering them. Stop fostering them to the system. And we got to be able to prepare our kids, because at 18, what was the rule? We getting out the house. At 18, you better know where you're going.
Somewhere.
You're going somewhere. So, you know, like it was not tough love, but it was actual love in our house. Right. So, you know, and thank God for mom for that. You know, she prepared us for the world. So as well as Newport News, we could go anywhere and we prepared for the world. So, you know, I just think that, you know, that's key and important that we just be a little more firm on our kids and more goal oriented in the direction that they're going.
Mm-hmm. Good. Really good. Courtney, you want to say something? Right now you all are watching Redemption of the Black Man series, talking with some Black men from various walks of life. And when they come on, they usually come on once a month. We talk about all kinds of topics. And today we're just talking about them with fatherhood and being able to share some of their personal stories. Go ahead, Courtney.
Yeah, I'll keep mine real short. It's just simple philosophy. My father, his highest education might have been high school. My highest education was I have an MBA. My daughter, you know, the expectation is always to take it to the next level. So I just talked about education. That don't mean I want her to go and get a doctorate degree. That just means I've also worked I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been able to have some time freedom and some financial freedom. So I would love to. I've been encouraging her to go that way. That's what we've been doing. So I just kind of think in terms of how do you take things to the next level? You know, your parents always want you to go a little further than what they went, you know, and then we just want the same thing for our kids, and we want to just kind of champion that. We know who our kids are. We know what their abilities are. If I want my daughter to be a doctor, but that's not who she wants to be, then I have to be mindful of her, what she wants to do, and you know, how, you know, and champion that with her and support her in that.
Yes,
so really that's what my focus has just been with my girls, is building something that they can build upon once I'm no longer here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the family business, but just something that they can have an understanding that, you know, I'm going to do this because I saw my parents do this. I'm going to take it to the next level, you know, and that's kind of what we do in our house.
That's good. Good. Yep. TC and your mommy over there, y'all in your own world. Come on over here to the show, to the Kim Jacobs Show. Let your mama say something for a minute. Say something, mommy.
Hey, mama, no, what we do is we've been passing around Biden Harrison signs, and my students, we've been taking corners and going on bridges where people got to pass the bridges with the Biden Harris sign. And what she just said, get charged. Come on, get on.
Come on now, mama.
400 signs we got to put up. And they didn't get the other signs delivered. So she want to get my signs that I got 100 to go take it to these political people That's what she tried to say. Go on, talk now, mama. You done got to fit center stage right now. You took my attention. Now, don't say your name. Tell them what you do, because they don't know you powerful, woman.
I'm a Senate District 59 director and a CD5 director, and I sit on the Central Committee at the state of Minnesota.
What else? Glad to have you here
I was
today.
2018 Volunteer Year awardee from Minnesota State DFL. Ken Martin himself gave me my award.
All right. Well, congratulations. What an honor it is to have you here on the Kim Jacobs Show today. And listen, let's talk for a second about why you all as African-American men and you as our guest mother here, why do you think it's important to vote?
Why do you think it's important to vote?
It's important to vote because we as women do not always have the chance to vote.
That's right.
And it's important now to make sure every woman has that chance to vote, to speak out.
That's right.
That's why someday we're going to have a woman president, because they can make things happen.
You go ahead, girl.
She taking a little piece out of TC book.
That's right.
She with me every day, because I told her I'm going with Biden, because Biden was with the first African-American president that they said would never happen. Mm-hmm. And I shook the hands of him. So he was a vice president, but then he went and go get him a queen. They could talk all they want to about that queen, because one thing you got to ask yourself is, what you doing in her courtroom? Hello. So look at you, Kim. You gotta try to make me up looking at you.
That's why I bought this chair, just so I can lean back if somebody says something. I'll be like, go ahead.
That's why I keep telling, she be with me when I'm talking, I'm speaking, and I always say, only a woman can make a decision without holding any anger like us men do, that testosterone, that ego. We can't make decisions like mothers do. They monopolize their lives, taking care of their kids, taking care of the family. They only one, to me, I think, could make that decision. Because if it wasn't for my grandmother, I know I won't be this king. I'm standing talking to you right now. It takes a queen to make a king. So why we ain't got one celebrating with her flying like the eagle?
Well, that's a great comment. Great comment. What's your thoughts, Jay and Courtney? Great comments. Anybody else want to chime in, or I want to go to a flash round too. So
yeah, I'll chime in on that one. I'll chime in. I try to take it from all different aspects. Definitely go out and vote this time, because it's a very key, important term. We know what we up against out here culturally. So from that perspective, I definitely would promote to go and vote. Let me speak for let me take a neutral aspect as far as those that are not excited about this term to vote, or don't remember what it's for. Some of us that have taken different stances, like what's on the table for Black people, specifically, and it's not getting addressed right now with all the chaos leading to the the election and during the campaign. So at this point in time, I think it's key to make sure we get the right people in place. But once those get in place, it's time to hold them so accountable for what we need.
That's right.
And not specifically, I love the people of color. I love all people, but at the end of the day, we need to know what's on the table for Black people and how we're going to enhance our culture and what governmentally will be there on the table for us. Programs, what's going to make our communities better, how we're going to stop dying at your guys' hands, going to jail because the father will be reimplanted in the household as we are now. We don't get credit for that. But, that's the key and important things right now, as far as vote. So definitely get out. You can get your early vote on if you don't want to deal with all the people in the pandemic.
Early vote.
Early vote. Go make it happen. So.
And they even have drive-by voting. So you can do drive-through voting and all kinds of different creative ways to vote. So that's a big deal. There are no excuses. You just go and cast your vote. Your vote matters. Your voice matters. And your vote can be the thing that makes the difference. Did somebody else want to say anything? And then next we're going to go I'm going to take a moment to just announce my sponsor for today, and then we're going to go to a flash round. So all of you that are joining today is Redemption of the Black Man series, spearheaded by Javon Jackson. We have Courtney Jacobs, and he's the founder of Courtney Wellness Companion, and Real Men Wear Pink and Blacker the Berry. He got all kind of projects going on over there. And Tyrone Carter, who is out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, two-time Super Bowl champion, NFL retiree, and Javon Jackson, who does all kinds of production work. He actually does staging, audio, video production, you name it, he does it when it comes to the AV world. He's also an entrepreneur, and all of them are fathers. And so I'm excited to have them on today if you're just joining. Well, you're going to say a comment about voting, Courtney, and then we're going to go to the next phase.
Yeah, I will. I follow this this gentleman. His name is Reza. He goes by Reza Islam on Instagram. And I was listening to his position, and I like a lot of what he says. I don't agree with everything that he says, but one thing that he was saying that, he was saying he wasn't going to vote for, he was basically saying it's okay to not vote. And, to me, that's his opinion. But to me, I kind of think about our ancestors who did everything that they could to vote. So it's almost kind of like, if you're that person that's thinking like neither one of these men or their policies might not be the one, I really encourage you to understand that your vote is a privilege that your ancestors probably didn't have a chance to exercise. So when you think about it that way, even if you don't like the policies or the men, I strongly encourage you to find something to exercise your vote, because it's something that people died and fought for you to have the opportunity to do it. So.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Okay, so thank you, Courtney. Very good comment. Today's episode is sponsored in part by Start My Trucking Company. Let me take you to their site so you can learn more about starting a trucking company from scratch. Have you ever thought about being an entrepreneur that owns your own trucking business? Well, guess what? This is Start My Trucking Company, moving in a box. You can learn everything you need to know about the trucking industry. They will help you develop a trucking company business plan. You'll learn about what different routes are, call centers, how to create everything from A to Z, from someone that's been in the industry for over 30 years. They have over 30 years of experience. The phone number to reach out to them is 214-699-5009. You can also email them at info@startmytruckingcompany.com. Again, that's 214-699-5009 and info@startmytruckingcompany.com. Now, if you're interested in doing that, make sure that you share with them that the Kim Jacobs Show did send you their way. We're going to go to a flash round and give everybody an opportunity that's been chiming in. You guys have waited patiently today. So any of you can answer the questions that people may ask. You just unmute yourself and answer the question if it's something that pertains to something you'd like to address. Let's see. And thank you all for being a part of the studio audience today. Oh, I did tell Eric Johnson, you're more than welcome, Pastor Johnson, to pop on anytime as well. Sharika said, oh, no problem. I don't know what she said that to, but hey, no problem. Everything's hanging loose. We happy day. Mixed families are nice. Okay. Great fathers here, Sherman says. Greetings, beautiful people, Sheila said. Growing up in New York City, that's the norm, having all of this different nationalities and things of that nature, I think is what Justin, she's like, that's normal in New York City. Everybody's a melting pot in New York.
Let me address that too, because it's funny. Speaking on that, Justine, it's like out in Newport News, it's the same thing. We come from a military area, so we got all 4 branches of the military there. So of course we're gonna have all nationalities. I went to school with all type of people, all different cultures. It's very similar to New York too. Well, we got the 7 cities. Y'all got the 5 boroughs, of course. So we're the only 2 on the East Coast that's like that. But either way, when you get out to other places like Texas and Cali and all these other places, I mean, it's so night and day. Even down in Florida, it's just like, it's so like, that's where you're seeing like the black on brown crime and these type of things that they're referring to. We don't know this stuff. Like you right here with us. What's up, cuz? Like, I don't know this type of thing until, you know, but I got the witness it, going to California, going to these different places, as how the different communities act. And like, it's so like standoffish. Whereas like, if you're privy to be from one of the places where we grew up from, it's like, what you talking about, man? We all, you know what I mean? Go read the history books. We the same. Go read them. So, you know, but yeah, I just wanted to speak to that.
Were you going to say something, Courtney? Okay, I didn't know. All right, let's see. Sheila says, that's powerful right there. A father raising a daughter will shift him. I think that was to your comment, TC, when you were talking about your daughter and how she changed your life type of thing. And it actually, funny piece though, is TC did look like he was in a horror film when he talked about her going into coming of age into puberty and stuff. He was like, I had to make sure he said she can't even go to school. That man said he gonna put her in a shed, like in a shed until she had that happen. That is straight father talk, because no woman says that. You still got to go on with your day, sweetheart. We're going to function. We're going to do, you know, we pre-educate you. We let you know this is what you can expect. This is what it's going to look like and all of that. But you like, no, we're going to take her and put her in isolation into this thing. That is hilarious to me. That's hilarious. Unmute. You can unmute yourself if you wait. Okay, do I have you muted? Go ahead.
Hey, listen, they ain't understand. I got all these boys, and I'm a man myself, and I didn't want my daughter to get embarrassed, you know, in school. That's one thing. I just coming up seeing it. I got 3 sisters, so having my daughter, I didn't want her to be embarrassed that way. So I just tried to take the necessary steps that I knew was gonna help her when it got close to that time. I'm checking on that's daddy. But I thank you guys for inviting me on this show. And my brother Javon, we go way back, man. We done been through so much together. And to be able to come on this show with you guys and talk about an African-American man and the father as well. And I don't think I mentioned about voting and how important voting is. We can march, we can rally, we can do all the necessary things that y'all say do. But that vote, when your vote is in, that counts. And not only vote, make sure you going into those community meetings. Get involved in that. You know, as an African American, we always come and all we talk about when it's time to vote. What happens before the voting comes in? We got to make sure we proactive on that. Getting involved in seeing those people that we voted for, holding them accountable by going to those meetings and seeing what they got on the agenda and sitting there and seeing. But still, letting somebody else making decisions for us, and we ain't in those meetings. I sit in the meeting room with her. We go there all the time. I only could see me and probably one other black person in the meeting. And it's sad that we go to these meetings where they say it is a black community, but it's more white people's in it. And I done found out they would get people from different communities and bring them into that meeting so it can look, and they overrule us. So we got to do voting not only for the election, also for your community, the state, and going to those meetings like they have every week, once a month. We got to do more, especially if we ain't watching what's going on in this world today as an African American. They told me before, we had the African American president for 2 terms. He couldn't do no more. My grandma always warned me, if I'm surprised I'm late, and I ain't late for nothing, but you think they like that he did 2 terms? And look at the last 4 years. Everything was driven on another man. Why? Small-minded. I always taught 3 minds. Small mind, think of people, discuss people. Average mind, think of events, discuss events. Great minds, think of ideas, discuss ideas. When do they have ideas? When they're young. You see that? When they're young, and when you older, you got all that wisdom. Why are we not taking care of that and using that? That's the difference I see in our own community. So I don't care about what everybody's talking about, all this other stuff, but until we take care of our own and make sure our home is right, then we can look out there. But our home, which is the African American community, we're not close together. We ain't. But we could talk all this hay, but we still ain't getting close. How you expect those people to look at us, looking from the outside, looking at us? We acting like animals, of course they're going to say that. Let's straighten that up in our community. Let's love one another. Let's take care of one another. and
Tyrone,
what happened.
And Tyrone, this is actually where we started this initial conversation today, as we was talking about the family structure, and we were talking about championing Black love and what's going on in the Black community. And I certainly want to say, Sheila, thank you for providing your insight there. Sheila actually joined me on a live yesterday. We were raising awareness for breast cancer for Real Men Wear Pink.
Shannon.
And Sheila, yeah, Sheila. The comment that you put up there, yeah, I wanted to thank her for joining the live, and also
Sheila,
she has a talk show also. You got to go to potty again? That's like 2 times in 1 hour. All right. Well, anyway, real quick.
Thank you, Sheila.
You hear her? She's live. She's
Hey,
like,
I got you, Courtney. Hey, Courtney, I got you, dog. I got you, man. We understand.
Please tell me that you're gonna change the outfit and put a different outfit on, so you don't have to keep taking that whole outfit off.
Well, I kind of picked this one for her today. I picked this one. Well, anyway, also too, Sherman, she had a comments too. She's actually from a whole other country, so she's she came in and she had some comments. So thank you, Sherman, for coming as well. So
this is somebody that's on here.
Yeah, you put her comment up there.
Okay.
And
somebody just laughing at you. They just like.
That's Dree. That's Dree. Yeah, she's there's some awesome people. I'm so happy that they were able to jump on. So she got herself together. She's naked, running to the bathroom right now. So she's gonna be all right. She didn't go on it.
I could have ever planned, y'all.
You handled the situation well, Courtney. That's the best you can do, Courtney.
Forget you, Dad. I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay, let me go to a couple of more comments here. That's the love of a father. My husband tried doing her hair too. That good job, fathers. Accountability is definitely important, is what someone said. Y'all said some good stuff on here. It's been a funny show today. Somebody said they want to vote for Trump 2020. Okay. And Biden is supporting the HBCUs and financial empowerment for Black people and job increases. Someone said, Veronica Woodard said, you make them commit before they get in office. Joe Biden has no plan whatsoever for AA. We need to do for ourselves and stop depending on them. So everybody, these are different varying opinions. Again, all of the opinions that are expressed are opinions that are of your own, not necessarily the opinion of the show. So I'm just letting everybody's views be shared here. Javon, #Javon, June Griffith said, okay, vote for values and for economics. Trump 2020. Please vote. Even if Joe Biden is leading, vote as if he is behind. God bless the queens. Yes, my mommy is a queen. She's on here. God bless the queens. Facts, Tyrone. Facts. Those are facts that you're talking about. I'm riding with Biden. Okay. So everybody, tomorrow we're going to have our political segment hosted by Sean Hall on Freestyle Friday. We have our celebrity updates from Joe Duncan from JDTV. So tomorrow, come to the Kim Jacobs Show and chime your heads away on all of the stuff that we'll talk about on Freestyle Friday. I think that was a profound point that the young lady that joined in today said. Women and people of color have not always had the right to vote, so it's very important. That was such a great comment. Oh, I love her already. Okay, good morning. Mommy is watching and glad to see you. That's some good information. Courtney, Chantel Patterson said hello. Guys, I hope I didn't miss anybody. This conversation is a breath of fresh air. Wow. Okay. What I want y'all to do, because every time y'all get on the show, I don't get a chance to get y'all to do this for me. So I'm going to do it right now. Here's what we're going to do. TC, before you disconnect, I want you to tell, and Mackenzie, get ready for this now. I'm getting ready to get them to do this. I want y'all to tell people to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show, because y'all can do that. Y'all can help have people go over to my YouTube channel. People watch on all different platforms, but I want people to subscribe on the YouTube channel, right? So while I have y'all on here, I thought this would be a good moment to get y'all to say something. So let me remove each of us from the screen. When you see yourself on the screen, say subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. Wait a minute. I'm gonna remove myself, Courtney, and Javon, and now.
Hey y'all, if y'all want to see some exciting news and hear some Queen and King talk about some issues that's going on in America and some changes that gonna be done, and you want to be excited and uplifted, won't you tune in to the Kim Jacobs Show? Check out her website too, and her YouTube channel. Kim Jacobs Show. Here we go, mom.
y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show.
And did you see my mama laugh at me in the background?
She's like, and I can't see her face, but she laughing through the Black Lives Matter. Okay, let me get Jay on here saying it. Hold on.
So I'm good.
I'm gonna bring you all back for a closing comment. Hold on, don't disconnect. Let's see. Okay, Jay, wait a minute.
Hey, that's hard to follow that one. I'm gonna say that first, but let's get that one. We should have put TC up there last, man. He closed it out before it started. So, hey, this is real, relevant, and relatable. If you want to come to some real information, real topics with a queen that's representing these topics, subscribe to Kim Jacobs Show. Please like, share, comment, tell your peoples about it, tell your mamas and them, tell everybody about it, your cousins and them, and tell them to subscribe to the show, please. And thank you.
You said tell your mamas and them about it. Your mamas. Tell your mamas and all of them about it. That's my Okay, Jen. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. We'll put you back. Okay, Courtney. Okay, you gonna close us out with this piece here. Hold on. I'm gonna remove my.
Okay, awesome. This is a beautiful day, and I strongly encourage you to follow the Kim Jacobs Show. I've been following it for years now. As a matter of fact, before she had the show, I've been following her life. She's my big sister, but the show is fantastic. You're going to be entertained. You're going to laugh, get your Kleenexes. You're going to cry sometimes, and you're certainly going to laugh. And that's my little girl in the background. So sorry, but definitely subscribe, follow, share, like, engage. It's going to be fantastic. There's all kind of connections, wonderful topics. She's going to talk about it. So you want to join, you want to subscribe. Kim Jacobs Show.
And the funniest part, okay, I gotta bring everybody. The funniest part is that Issa came back in right then again. She has her time.
She has her back turned to me too. She doesn't even know.
She has her timing marked perfectly. She's like, Dad, I'm gonna make sure that you understand the importance of sharing, how important it is to balance life as a daddy. As a dad, that's what the whole show overtook the
whole thing.
Oh, this has been so much fun, guys, just being on this episode today.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you for having us again. Thank you.
Oh, people said they've had so much fun, guys. And Sheila's just laughing her head off. She's just like, this is crazy. She's laughing so hard. Guys, make sure you guys know that if you ever want to support the Kim Jacobs Show, here are some ways that you can keep the show thriving. This is how I can make it a living for me and my team and people that work with me. You can just go right to Cash App Kim Jacobs Inc., PayPal me.// Kim Jacobs Inc., Venmo, or hey, Patreon.com. That's where the after party stuff happens, y'all. That's where you go and get some after party content, and you get to unlock all of this like juicy details that people don't share on the show. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. So the final thing I'll say, and then I'm gonna let each of them have their closing comment, is make sure that you go and participate in the Quest Church prayer line. That's Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:30. Did I put that? Yeah, I didn't put it yet. Okay, from 12 to 12:30. And that's the other thing, Lady Hilliard. I'm over here trying to type and do all kind of stuff like I'm a mix master. But anyway, Quest Church prayer line 978-990-5000. Access code is 322083#. Pastor Jacobs is praying. He is praying for people in the Quest Church family. We're praying for people that are dealing with COVID-19, wildfires, all kinds of protests and social injustice. You name it, it's happening. So go check out the Quest Church prayer line Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:30. Okay. TC, say your closing comments, and we're going to get ready to end our show today. Say your closing.
Well, I appreciate you for having me on the show. It was another day of blessing, because, hey, somebody that woke up today, we did. And we also shared with one another. I'm glad to see you, Javon, Courtney, and that queen. We know we got to make sure. You light us up. You make us better, and I appreciate you having me on, man. Much love to the family.
Glad to have you. Courtney, please unmute yourself and say your closing comment.
Sure. Yeah. Just thanks for inviting me to be a part of this initiative. You know, any way that we can come together and discuss ideas, and not only discuss ideas, but take action. You know, just happy to be able to be a part of it. Thank you.
And
Thanks,
tell
Jay.
everybody
Thanks,
about
Kim.
real men wear pink, because you didn't talk about that, but you have the pink on and you have that in there.
Sure. Yeah, it's just a campaign. We're just championing awareness around breast cancer. We're supporting a good cause. I don't have any personal attachment to it other than the fact that there's a lot of women that are struggling with it, and we just want to be in a supportive role. And I think I threw my link up there. People can follow. They can follow what we're doing as it relates to raising awareness. We're going to be doing a raffle at the end of the month for people who are donating at least $1. Some really nice items that you can win. And again, we're just championing women who are struggling with breast cancer, and then there's also men as well. So just once again, thanks for the platform.
Thank you for being on. Thank you so much, Carlos, for joining. I know he has a small business summit that he spearheads, and I'm glad to see you on today. So love to have you as a guest, or someone from your team as a guest on the show as well, Carlos. So please make sure you make that happen. Glad to have you. Great show. Thank you so much, Lady Justine Hilliard. And thank you so much, Sheila, for your comments as well. Excellent conversation. These conversations happen once a month with Javon Jackson and his friends and people that he brings on whomever he chooses to bring on, and we talk about whatever he wants to talk about. So Venmo is okay. So no, Venmo is at the Kim Jacobs. Let me put my stuff back up here. June trying to search to give some to the Kim Jacobs show, and she said, "What? Give me a second, Jen. Here you go. There you go. Venmo is at the Kim Jacobs show. So there you go, girl. You can support the Kim Jacobs show right like that at the Kim Jacobs show. Okay. And become a Patreon member, because y'all will love that. That's after party stuff. Patreon.com is $12 a month. Patreon.com/the Kim Jacobs show. And you get stuff that you just don't get on the show. All right. There was one more thing. I can't even remember, but it's all good. So Javon close the whole show out. I thank you guys for tuning in today. Tune in tomorrow for Freestyle Friday. And make sure y'all bring some friends with you to the virtual studio audience. Javon, close us out today. My brother, my baby brother. Well, I have two baby brothers. Well, and Courtney.
There you go. See, she's being a big sister right now. But anyway, thank you, Kim, for having us and the whole panel, and motivating us to keep doing this monthly. We greatly appreciate that, because a lot of people do need to hear this, and I didn't realize how important it was, but it's actually yourself and the people that's motivating and inspiring us to keep going. So we're gonna keep it going, and we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. I'm getting texts and all kinds of stuff in the middle of the close.
Yes, a lot happening. I can see stuff over here on the side too, but it's all good. I'm going to put this link up right quick too before you close, say your final, because I want to make sure people know. I did put the link in the body of the messages for you to be able to go to Courtney's events about real men wear pink. This is the link, even though you don't want to sit here and type it all here. It's in your comments section. So make sure y'all go and check that event out. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay. Definitely support Courtney and the Real Man Wear Pink and Courtney Wellness Companion. Definitely, support TC Elite. We have a lot of things going on ourselves. Continue to support me through the Redemption of the Black Man series here on the Kim Jacobs show. And as far as the points that we were making, family, as far as the importance of, I guess, regenerating for your kids' sake. Voting, the importance of voting, whether, whatever your choice and decision is. Obviously, we had a lot of split decisions with the comments and stuff, but the most important thing is that you are voting now and participating in that. Let's get back to when this election is over, that we can start to build and heal our community. It's a lot going on right now, pandemic, but let's really come together as a community and figure it out. And that's like TC said earlier, let's stop talking at it, rallying and doing all the other things. Let's get groups that can actually be the next lobbyist group or contribute to having ourselves on the table, going to the meetings collectively, finding the schedules out, Everybody find it out for your local communities, and then make sure you're in attendance as much as possible. And let's actually make this change. And I think that's what's going to be necessary for us moving forward, for us to see ourselves in an excellent state.
That's real good. And listen, Jay, I didn't see this comment earlier, but maybe the two of you can even address this right quick, because somebody took this time to type a whole paragraph and I don't want to disregard it. June Griffin said, I disagree that men need to be given credit for being reinstated in the home. That is what they're supposed to do. He is also responsible for the children and the upholding of the household. No credit, just due. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's 100. I think it's we are where we are. It's one of those things where you just have to say, okay, where are we at currently? And when we look at the dynamic of the Black man in the Black home, we see, and we can say systematically there's been some things, but no matter what it is, we have to get back there. Period. We have to be the leaders. We have to be the head. We have to be the husbands. And like, she's 100.
Well, let me also say this, because people do love this. And right now we have it once a month. But if y'all want to see more of the Black Men Show, then put, Black Men Show, because you want to see a hashtag Black Men Show. And I will make sure that we carve out more time for Javon to bring friends. And if some of you that are, maybe you're not his personal friends, but you say, look, I'm a Black man, I want to come on here and be a part of it. And some of you may say, well, I'm not a Black man, but I want to talk to the Black men, and you want to be a part of the discussion. I welcome all men from all walks of life, from all nationalities, to be a part of this redemption of the Black man, because it's going to take all men working collectively together for the Black man to be redeemed, in my opinion. So. And
Kim, let me just address that point June had real quickly, and maybe clarify it to that point, because currently I feel like a lot of fathers aren't getting credit for being in home. Like right now, we're there. We're taking care of our kids. A lot of us, but what get highlighted is the baby daddies and the deadbeats that's not doing anything. So that's unfortunate, but that's not accurate. And when I say that, as far as like fathers being reinstated, a lot of us grew up without our fathers in the household. So, from the 70s and our father's generation, which, that first generation, it was very genuine as to fathers not being in the home, with the community under attack, with some people saying it's conspiracy theory, but governmentally separating our homes or whatever the case may be in the 70s, that was genuine. But now, fast forward it 30, 40 years later, it's almost a fad now for single motherhood, and for Black fathers to automatically get rolled out. And like right now, like I said, I don't think we're getting as much credit for being in our kids' lives as we should be. And it's kind of stuck in the mind frame of still like the 70s and 80s of what our fathers went through, and that's not the case. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that a little bit. Like as far as a reinstatement, we here. We ain't going nowhere, baby. We here.
Very good, very good. I don't get to hear you talk like that, Jake. We ain't going nowhere, baby. I'm like, what? That sounds kind of like anyway, I only know from my bed. Oh, that's my brother. He's like, we here, baby. I'm like, what? okay. I know you had it slurred off your tongue like that. No wonder you got all these baby mama, baby kids and stuff. Okay. If y'all want to see more redemption, type hashtag more redemption. Hashtag more redemption. So if you're watching this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show and you're like, Kim, look, once a month is just not enough hearing these guys. We want to hear more from them. We want to bring on more topics pertaining to this. Hashtag more redemption. I'll go back and check the comments, and we'll start figuring out how to roll some more dates in to include them. If you're okay with that, Jay and Courtney.
Absolutely. And I would greatly appreciate it if y'all do, so we can keep the topics going, keep them going.
A lot of people are hashtagging it, and I'm sure a lot more will. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and jump off. Every time I do the Black man, redemption of the Black man, I go a few minutes longer because it's such a robust discussion. But I just thank God for you guys today and all that you're bringing to the world. So thank you to your families, to the world. Thank you, Issa, for making today a very comical show. You were the best, sweetheart. You were on the show even though you weren't on the show.
We went out for a nice long walk before the show too. I'm like, okay, I'll get her energy, we'll get it moving. Nice long walk. We went around twice today, and she has this energy, man. It just
she feeding off dad. She can feel dad excited energy.
She's like, we can ready to go live, Daddy. We can ready to go live. Okay, I'm ready. Like, no. All right, everybody. Have a great day. I'll see you guys on Freestyle Friday tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m.
Yes.
Thank you.